Hello, this is Kara from Kara Tarot with a general reading for Thursday, April 17th, 2025. I'm in a different location today and I started to lay the cards out and the glare was so bad that the card was completely obscured because this deck is a little shiny. This is the Tarot of Mystical Moments. So I had only pulled one card. So I'm going to go ahead and use this shuffle and just continue laying out with just that. The one card is the only card that I've seen so far, so we'll see where we're going. I'm using a spread from the booklet of the Tarot of Mystical Moments by Catherine Veltstein. She designed this spread, and I'll take a picture of it and post it so it's cleaner for you. She designed this spread to incorporate 4 of the tarot cards and 2 of her Mystical Moments oracle cards. I don't have that oracle deck, so instead I'm using 2 cards from Unlocking the Secret Garden. I think they go quite well together. So the first question is, this was the first card I turned over, the 2 of Cups. Where are you emotionally in this moment? And the 2 of Cups, yes, much better on this lighting, is a love card. It's one of the love cards of the deck with 2 souls that are in perfect accord, that even more so than the Lover's card, because that card is kind of about choice, and the 2 of Cups is about something kind of beyond choice. It's not just a lover, it can be a friend, any relationship where you are like 2 peas in a pod, 2 people of the same mind. And it's that kind of affinity and affection that is just hard to replicate, and we all hope to find it with more than one person in our lives. Card number 2, where would you like to find yourself? So this is a beautiful representation of the 4 of Wands with, again, one of the love cards of the deck. You'd like to find yourself in a living and loving relationship that feels completely stable and light, the way these lights are, a relationship from which you can take flight. Card 3, what factors and people will help to support you? Ooh, the 10 of Swords. It's always interesting when you get a card that's usually a difficult card or an unhappy card when it's in this position. What is going to support you? So normally one would look at this card as a complete and total death. The 10 of Swords is perhaps even more the death card than the death card. And here you see that this is also about the mind being attacked, which is very much true for the air sign, the Swords suit. So here we have these pricks in her wig, pricks in a wig, and she's looking very sad and very unhappy. Now, how could that, factors and people, does this remind you of someone? Do you know someone who's gone through a serious cataclysm, but still finds that way, still finds the energy and the courage and the caring to be supportive of you? I'm grateful to say I have found several people in my life like that, that have the ability to care beyond what's going on with them. And so what helps support you partially is appreciating that people, even in their darkest times, appreciating and feeling and fully owning that these people are helping you even through darkness. It's always darkest before the dawn. If this is a situation that you're in, it's a reminder that in every end, there is a beginning. These dark times, these horrible thoughts will lighten up. And that would be hope. Hope is what supports you. What challenges will you face? The Ace of Swords. So we have swords again. These are ideas and communication. And so you may have challenges with your ideas. This looks like your ideas are under assault, and you may therefore have challenges with your ideas, and you're springing forward with your ideas. Swords are generally cards of a great deal of action, and so that may give you trouble, especially this. This is the impetus of action. So putting these together, I'd say you're maybe dealing with some depression or something that is holding you back and keeping you from realizing the potential of forward momentum of this card. So now for the oracle cards, it just says to lay out these oracle cards in these positions and then see how they work in with the rest of the cards. So this card says discretion. And this card, contradiction. Well, we have a contradiction right here. We have a contradiction here, and we have a contradiction here. These two contradict each other in terms of this is death, assault, the ending, and this is the beginning. But this is in a hope position, and this is in a trial position. So we have each card is a contradiction to its position. They are contradictions to each other. One of the things that I would look at in this reading is, what if we switch these? What factors will help and support you? This Ace of Swords is not necessarily a young man, even though it's a young man, but this is the burst of new ideas. That would be the Ace of Swords, a burst of communication. And here we have a lot of stars as well. So we have all of these air elements in here. So we have fresh winds coming in, helping. And what challenges will you face? It doesn't change it, but it clarifies that the challenges are then going to be these pricks in your own mind. So that's quite clear. So that clears up the contradiction in a way. We still have this contradiction of where you would like to find yourself and where you are, and the challenges that are coming up. One of the things you can do then to safeguard this is to have discretion. Raccoons are just so famous for, the precious washing things off and cleaning them, get them in the best possible condition. Discretion is so funny. I've had many cards in the past few weeks about discretion. Discretion really can help you keep the things you value safe. So that's something I would add to that. Now, I'm actually going to try something different here too. I've told some of you before that I do like to read by color. And I'm going to shift these around from darkest to lightest, or at least how I perceive them in this light to be darkest to lightest, and see if that changes anything. And we're kind of set aside the positions and ideas that they were talking about before and just look at them. And now I'm looking at them through the viewfinder to see if these two are kind of equal in terms of darkness. So in this progression of color, we start out with contradiction. We start out with a day that is going to bring you lots of contradictions. This has, as with many of these cards, has the key to unlock this beautiful fruit of the pomegranate that is blossoming with flowers. But then you have the contradiction of something that has a lock in the middle of it that you're supposed to eat and enjoy. So if you have to consume something, perhaps mentally, if you have to consume something that is going to be locked and can be unlocked, that would mean that you have to take a difficult idea and find a way today to unlock that idea, to make it digestible. With discretion, perhaps you don't want to tell everyone how difficult it was for you. Perhaps you don't want to tell everyone exactly how you figured it out. Perhaps you don't need to tell them that you did figure it out. This is where your discretion comes in, is keep things to yourself. Things that are kept to yourself cannot be used against you. Things that are kept to yourself are generally things that can be treasured. Also, it gives you the capacity to change your mind and continue working on something if you keep it to yourself. Now, here we are with this Ace of Swords, Ten of Swords again. This is the beginning and the end of the minors of the suit of swords. So in this respect, you have a full cycle. It's almost like a wheel of fortune of the swords minors. The minors are, of course, daily circumstances. And the circle from beginning to end, from inception of an idea to really the death of an idea in this card, that completes the cycle. And perhaps coming out of that completed cycle is where you're going to be able to step into this very secure place. Sometimes it does take the end of something for you to find security and happiness. This is, this couple dancing on the roof. And again, with the flowers and the trees growing and greenery all around. This is just total growth and joy, and these lanterns. And also, here's something else in this card. These birds are quite large and the people are small. And there's something about those times in your life when it's not that you feel small in terms of feeling insignificant, but you feel small in terms of recognizing that you are part of a larger picture, and that you are, in a way, your concerns, your daily concerns are very petty and unimportant, because so perhaps part of this unlocking will be understanding your place in the larger picture. And then ending with the Two of Cups, really the ability to communicate on a core level, sometimes without even word communication or written communication, just the ability to see things the same way and understand things the same way with someone else who is entwined with you in some way. Again, we have the greenery and the growth. This person has more innocence. We have these white flowers here. This person has passion and perhaps a little more dramatic here with this satin. So if you have one person who's very high-minded and another person who tends to be more dramatic, perhaps more outgoing, this person's kind of hiding. A lot of times a successful venture or a successful project takes a front person who can do the flashy stuff, present very strongly, with someone who is capable and happy to be in a behind-the-scenes role, and that they are actually working in tandem and supporting each other. So we have a couple different takes on the same cards, starting with the layout from the book, from the Tarot of Mystical Moments by Catherine Belt-Stein, and then moving into a progression of color layout, which is something I like to look at occasionally, especially if, the way we did today, you have a positive position and you have a card that is often very negative, and then you have a negative position that has a positive card in it. It helps to have a different way to read through these same images. I hope that resonated with you today. As always, as I say, if this doesn't resonate with you, that's okay. Don't try to force it. Just take this as a time to look at these glorious cards, the Unlocking of the Secret Garden Oracle and the Tarot of Mystical Moments. Such beautiful artwork in these, and I think you'll agree they work very well together, their size and their coloration, and there a lot of emphasis on flowers in both of them. General reading for Thursday, April 17th, 2025. And before I go, I just feel moved to share this verse with you. From Matthew chapter 5, verse 16. Let your light so shine before men that they may see your good works and glorify your Father which is in heaven. I'm Cara from Cara Tarot. Have an enlightening day. Thank you.